Hey everybody, and welcome to Binder Minder, and today is mail day. We left for vacation. We had all kinds of mail come while we were gone, and while we were gone we also stopped in a couple game stores. We tried to make a stop in every game store or every area that we stayed, but we ended up not doing one on our last stop. But we did pick up a couple cards for me, and a few packs and stuff like that as well. And with our Tarkir coming in, I have a couple other things to open up. So I'm going to open up today. I'm going to open up all of our collector booster samples from the 5 Tarkir decks that we picked up. But first, I did pick up one pack of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Journey Together. I picked this up for my wife. She loves the Pokemon. We have no idea how much, what cards are good or bad. For her, she just likes the cute cards usually, so you'll hear her get excited about those. So before I get into the rest of the mail day, I'll go ahead and have her open this up and see what we find. And then maybe we'll peek around and see what the prices are. I don't know. I have no idea even how to do it, so we'll find out. I'm going to swap places with her and then we'll get going. She's already way more excited about this than she was the Tarkir Play Booster box. This would have been a lot cheaper, I think.
The Nimble, Avatar, Raid, Blast, Copperja, and Castle. Winkalone. Oh, that's an EX card. So some of these cards are worth something.
All right, well, we'll check the price on that and we'll get back to you once she's done being excited. All right, well, we took a look. Not a big crazy hit. It is 78 cents on TCG Player, but what a cool looking card. I mean, there's literally two different kinds of foils going on there. It's pretty exciting. I can see why people get excited about these. You get a couple different foils. You got two regular foils. It's not the reverse foils, right? Or are these reverse foils?
I think reverse foil. Those might be.
Well, I know that this shows you my inexperience. I know nothing about Pokemon. I just know that there's two different types of foils. There's one that's got a foil in the picture, and then one that does everything but the picture.
That would be the other foil. I believe that's the reverse foil.
But that is pretty cool. Alrighty, so I'll get everything switched up. I got a couple surprises, and then we'll get going. Okay, so with her pack out of the way, before I get into anything else, I did want to show off something that I did pick up that finally came in. You guys have seen that I've been pretty excited about Aether Drift's Ratfink borderless cards. I've been collecting those, and along with that, I went ahead. I finally got a deal on this Ratfink Ultra Pro playmat that was from MagicCon this year in Chicago. I'll show you the MagicCon, the whole playmat. It's pretty cool. Orange is my favorite color, so when I saw this, I was pretty excited for it. But typically, these playmats that are sold exclusively at MagicCons, if you don't get the MagicCon to get them, they resell at crazy prices. But this one just happened to drop down to normal prices, and I snatched one up finally. So we'll use that for this video. I don't know if I'll continue using it or not, but anyhow, so before I get into anything too crazy, This is the pack that I picked up while we were on our trip. I did get a foil Nature's Rhythm in the Borderless Clan card treatment. I got a Naga Fleshcrafter, Sidisi, Rennie, and I did get the green Rare Village. Nothing too crazy after that. Like I said, there's nothing in the commons uncommons to worry about. But in the end, didn't make my money's back. But this Nature's Rhythm, I think, was like, because it's foil, it was like $13. Anyhow, so as far as other things to open up, packs go, before I get into mail day stuff, I did get our 5 Tarkir Dragonstorm decks, and I haven't actually dug into the decks yet because we're just getting situated. I did get the sample packs out, so I figured we'd take a look. These sample packs are going to have 2 cards. One's going to be an uncommon, probably in a showcase treatment, and then the other one will be a rare or a mythic. We'll see if we find anything big. There's the standard filler, Latsy Prowler for the rare, and then Durgir Island Dragon foil common. Nothing there. We got Rediscover the Way for a borderless enchantment, and then Storm Shrek Feral common. Dragonologist for the rare, and Teeming Dragonstorm in the foil showcase treatment for an uncommon. Hopefully this playmat gives me better luck than my belief. Second Dragonologist, that's 2 in a row, and then Breaching Dragonstorm, which is a foil uncommon. And for our last pack, we have a Great Irration City Borderless. This is the black, or the, I'm sorry, yeah, this is a black one. This isn't a big hit, and Boulder Born Dragon. So we didn't really get any hits on that, unfortunately. But I do, like I said, I love this treatment, so I can't really complain too much. For mail day, I did get quite a bit of stuff in. I have more stuff coming. We have some stuff that's still lost in postage, but a few things there. And then, like I said before, we did stop into 2 different game stores on our trip. We went down to Florida. We went to North Atlanta. We went to a place called Wind Condition Games, and they were really nice. And that was a really busy store. We happened to swing in there during the Tarkir Dragonstorm pre-release on Sunday, and I wanted to make sure I came home with something that I would use, and I ended up picking up 3 of the foil Tempest Hawks. I think these went down in price more since I picked these up, but I did pick these up. I am planning on building a deck with those, and like I said, if you watch this often, you know I love these cards. They have the rule break mechanic in them, and this is no different. In fact, this is probably one I'm most excited for, even though I don't think it's the strongest one. Then we went to Breakpoint Games in Mount Dora, Florida, and poked around in there. That's where we bought the packs, and I also got a couple cards. So I got Underworld Dreams here with white borders. I got this Karaskiar, the Eye Tyrant. I've been working on picking up these foil Beholder Secret Lair cards, and then I got a Banner of Kinship extended art. This is a card that I'm going to use in the Tempest Talk deck, so that'll come into use soon, and I got a pretty good deal for $6. I don't think it's too bad. This Underworld Dreams, though, kind of piqued my interest because of the corners on this deck, on this card. I don't know what's going on with the corners. I run this in the white bordered rat deck. But let's see if I've got a regular card here I can put next to it. It looked like, yeah, you can kind of see it there. Somebody, it's got the rounded corners. It looked like an alpha card or something, even though I know it's not. So I don't know if somebody snipped these corners or what's going on with this. Let me look up what sets this is from. I know it's not from Alpha though. So this is an 8th edition Underworld Dreams. Like I said, I don't know why these have a little bit more rounded on the corners. I don't know if somebody was using it in a deck that had a lot of old cards in it or what. I thought that was kind of neat. $2, and like I said, it is something that's in the rat deck, so I'll probably swap this into the rack deck because it's in great shape, other than the corners. All right, so as far as what actually came in on mail day, though, let's see what we got here. Of course, we still have a couple decks going, stuff coming in from my wife's Merfolk deck, and finishing up Pauper deck and stuff like that. So we got 2 Tameo Safekeepings, a Resurgent Belief, and an etch foil. That was pretty crazy looking. I don't know that I've ever seen an etch foil retro card before. It's pretty sharp. And then I got this Vesuvian Drifter with a halo foil. And this is just, my wife loves the art for this, and she didn't get it when she opened up her March of the Machines Aftermath. So I went ahead and put this on my list to keep an eye out for, and came across a good deal on one. So next up we got a Wake Thrasher. This is going to be for her Merfolk deck. Persistent Petitioners, Decanter of Endless Water. I just need these all the time, to be honest. We got a Subtlety. This is a special guest. It does have some nicks and stuff along the bottom there. I don't know if this was supposed to be in bad condition or not. Another Decanter of Endless Water, and in that same order also had an Aether Drift gold bordered Ratfink card, if I can get it out of the package here. I got the Speed Demon. This was that card that I didn't think I was going to get for a while because it was just a little too expensive, and somebody listed this thing up for about half price, and so I snatched it up. It looks pretty cool. Excited for that one. That means we're getting really close to finishing up that whole set in the gold border as well. Move these up here. What else we got? River Sneak and Kifnet's Monument. These are for decks. Woodland Cemetery. This has got a second card. Another Woodland Cemetery packed in here on the back. This seller, by the way, did a great job packaging everything. Everything, it came in with a tracking number. Everything was in top loaders, and then you can see every card is in a penny sleeve, a really small penny sleeve, and it's just doubled up on the cards to protect them. So this has got the Showcase Jetmir's Garden, which is like the cheapest one, and a Willow Rush Verge foil, which also is the cheapest one. This thing, I think, was about half price. I don't know why they had it listed as that cheap, but it was a good pickup. This order right here had a whole bunch of stuff. It was actually, so when they shipped it, it was in a couple sleeves. When I checked everything, I tucked it into one. There's 2 Cultivates, Zimone, Quandex Prodigy. This is actually the commander for my Pauper deck, which is why I got this in foil. Arcane Denial. And then for the Bloomborough Showcase treatments, I got Whisker Veil Forerunner, Osteomancer Adept, Jackdaw Savior, Phineas Ace Archer, Festival of Embers, and Alana Divergent Storm, and all those are in foil. One of my favorite command towers, while I've never played the game, not a fan of the game or anything, is the Fortnite Secret Lair command tower, the Spire. And I bought one of these a while back on a whim from this seller because they listed these things. They had them for cheap, and they listed them as damaged. And I picked one up, and I said, well, maybe it's not damaged too bad. And I don't know if you could see it, but this thing just barely has. If I can get a good angle. So when I ordered it, it had just barely any damage. It had a little. Basically, there's just a little bit of a ripple right here. There you go. You can see it there. You can't really see it. It doesn't show it on the card any other way. Just when you see it, just perfectly in the light. And at the time, I think they had maybe 10 of them. They were all listed like that, which you have to wonder what happened. I don't know if they had a stack of them and sitting on something. But they were down to 3 left, and I went ahead and picked up the 3 of them. I figured I'm not going to find a better deal on those things than that. This has actually gone up in price. These cards, not these damaged ones, but the original card has gone up in price even more since then. So I figured I'd use command towers and so many things. I'm finished getting those damaged ones. I love them. All right, Japanese Mystical Archive cards. As always, I put down here in the corner the actual name, though as you can see they've written on it. This is a Natural Order. And we got another one right here. This one, we don't know what it is. I believe this is Chaos Warp, though, from the mana. And then this next order, I mentioned the Tempest Hawks. Well, there's 7 Tempest Hawks. Another Japanese card, but this time from Aether Drift with the Japanese showcase. I'll put the name down here again in the corner. And Treasure Vault. I tossed this in there. Any deck that uses artifacts or treasure tokens and stuff, this is a big card to have. Next up, another Mirror card for my wife's deck. And a cat card. I love this cat card. I've been looking for this one for a while. I know she's going to like this. Got a foil 7 dwarves. Been looking for those when I can, but I don't want to spend the regular price, but you can get them sometimes for 15 cents. So keep an eye out for those. All right, for other decks, Satyr Enchanter, Sky Shroud Ranger, Curse Catcher. This is for my wife's deck again. Woodland Changeling. That's one of the shapeshifters for my eggs deck. Washout. I think that's actually for her Merfolk deck as well. And then I've got Agnosaur Rex and Dragonautics Engineer. These are the regular ones, not the with the foil. These are the 2 cards that I had somehow missed in the foil when I was getting all of them. I had ordered them without foil. They're not expensive cards, but it just took me a while to find them where I didn't have to spend a fortune to get them, just to attach them to another deck or another order. So, and the last order, this is all more cards for the Bloomburrow Showcase treatment. We got Valley Quest Caller, Valley Might Caller, Scrap Shooter, Salvation Swan, Mist Breath Elder, Darkstar Augur, Clement the Worry Wart. Those are all in foil. And then this seller, for some reason, tossed in another Valley Might Color, but not a non-foil, even though I didn't order it. All right, I'll get these all scanned in, get them sleeved up, and then we can put them in the binders. We'll be right back. Okay, I've got everything scanned in. Just need to get into the binders, and we're going to go ahead and start with the Mystical Archives from Strixhaven. I've got 2 cards from that. As you can see, I'm getting close to finishing up a few of these pages, so 2 left there. Unfortunately, a lot of these cards are left. In fact, all the cards that I need to order are expensive, so it's just kind of a hit and miss. So start off with this one. One more on that page, down to 3 there, and then over here, I think Nope, it's not going to go on this page. I'm looking for 117. So 117 goes right here. So we're gonna finish a page up. Cool. So one down there. This is actually for that stuff. So this page is done. Both of those pages are done. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left, and I do believe I have 1 or 2 of those on order. But we'll have to see. Like I said, there's still a couple big ones that I'm just not anywhere near ready to jump into. So next up we have all of the cards from Aether Drift's borderless set, the Ratfink cards. And we have the Agnosaur Rex with a foil. Get that slid in front of the non-foils there. And the Dragononyx Engineer. And then I have the Speed Demon. And that goes here. So we actually complete that page. It's finished here. Finished here. We just have 2 more to go. And I think I've got one of these on order. In fact, I believe I've got this Bloodcast on order. I ordered it once and it got canceled, but I do think I reordered it. So I might just have to get that last one and finish that up. I did finally rearrange this binder a little bit. I moved things over to the other binder, so we don't have the special guests in here anymore that were right here. Those are in the other binder. Birds of Paradise are here. And then I have a page dedicated to the, let's see if you can see them better here. A page dedicated to the Duskmorn bundle, the Nightmare Bundle cards. There'll just be, I think it's 6 cards in total. So this page will probably they'll get moved around eventually, but until I get those other cards. And I did start a page also for the Innistrad Remastered posters. I picked up these 3 you guys saw last video, and I did put them on this page. They're not organized out in order yet. I figure I'll wait until I get a few more in before I bother with that. So we have a little bit of space here, and then we get into all of our secret layers, which we have Deadpool there, and I have one secret layer that I've got to put up, this Beholder card. So this is number 1791. We have 1790 here and 1791. Like I said, I just think it's nice to be able to pick up a card at game stores when obviously to support them, but it kind of adds a little bit more meaning to the cards, and I don't get the chance to do that as often as I'd like to, especially because I'm usually looking for a good deal. But when we're traveling, we try to hit a game store up and try to find something for the collection or for one of my decks. We've been doing that so far, and always worked out. And this one, I was very surprised to just see this up on their display in foil and everything. So let's see. I think most everything else we have is going in the other binders. So I'll go ahead and switch over to the binder, and I'll be right back. So this one is the new red binder. This has got the special guests, and we do have one special guest card in here somewhere that I got in. I got that subtlety. There it is. So this is number 45. So let's look for 45. There's Solitude and Subtlety. Can't see it here with the camera. Down here next to Grief. That's all for the special guests. Let's see what's next. With this new binder, I don't even know the order anymore. A bunch of extra room needed for all those special guests eventually. Alright, I don't have any of these. That's the Imagine Critters. But I do have a bunch of these Bloomburrow cards. So this goes off to the side. Pretty much everything else here in the stack is Bloomburrow. So these are in order of numbers. So let me get these in order real quick. Alright, that was a lot to get in order, so I went and just skipped it for you guys. We'll start here with Jackdaw Savior. That's 296. We have 298, 297, 296. And we got Salvation Swan, 297. Valley Quest Collar, it's 299. Whisker Veil Front Runner, 301. Don't have any of the blue cards. We got Dark Star Augur at 311. It's going to go here. Osteomancer Adept at 312. We got Festival of Embers at 316. And then we'll move on to the next page. We got a few green cards. We got Misbreath Elder at 323. And 324 for Scrap Shooter. 326 for Valley Might Color. And I did get the foil and non-foil because of that seller. So we'll just go ahead and put those in here, both on top of each other. And we got 3 dual colored cards. We got a 327. 327 is going to go right here. And we have 329. It's going to go right there too. And the 330. Look at that. That page went from almost empty to 2 left. This Mabel is the last card, so there's 2 left on this page, 2 here. And back here, 1 left on this page, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on this page. I believe this one here has got like Swan Song, which is a little more expensive. It's got the Kiss the Otterball Elite. It's just a couple more expensive cards, and same thing with this guy down here. So, let's see, next up, we get the Heir Apparent, so that means we have a spot for our new Tempest Hawks. Got the Tempest Hawks here. I don't know how long these will stay in the binder. This is one I'm kind of excited to dig into. We got some foil ones here. 3 foils. So not counting the ones that my wife pulled, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get or not. We've got, let's say 8, 9, 10 here, and I know I've got more on order. So I think I'm like 4 short of having what I need for the deck. And I haven't opened up my boxes yet, so there's a good chance that I end up getting 1 or 2 for it there as well. So I don't know Heir Apparents, but I do have 7 Dwarfs and a Persistent Petitioners. I got a retro one, which will go over here, and like I said, that's 7 Dwarfs, and that goes on the last page, I think here. Yep. The last page is kind of a catch-all. It's got the 7 drawers, and it's got the rat colonies and the slimes that I already have decks for. So, all right, where did I put these though? I guess that's in the other binder. I'll have to go back. We'll switch back to the other binder. All right, I did find these in the other binder, just tucked in between the Jurassic Parks and all the Transformer cards. I don't have these in order. I actually do need to move these over to the other binder at some point, but we have one little spot perfect to fit this. I do know that I've got Loop, but I don't have the Aether Spark, and I think that might be the last card, but I'll have to double check. So we're really close to finishing all those, but the Aether Spark I want to, I'm sorry, not the Aether Spark, the Radiant Lotus is what I was referring to. The Radiant Lotus is the only one that's left, but I'm hoping to use it in a deck, and with that I want it to be English, so I can't cheap out and get the Japanese like I did with all these. So I'm kind of putting it off. It's been dropping in price. English is down to $33.34 plus shipping, which isn't too bad. If I was going for the Japanese one, I would already have it. To be honest, it's cheap enough now to pick it up. You can get them for $18. And it is probably one of the best looking cards I've ever seen in Magic. I love the artwork on it. I like it even without going with the fracture foil, which is even crazier. Those are still expensive, but it is, as far as artwork goes, I think it's one of the coolest ones. But definitely my favorite Lotus. Anyhow, that said, the only other cards I have left are the Spires that I've got to put up and a binder in the other room for my lands. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, if you can, pop in the comments. Let me know what you got on order, what you got coming, what's come in. I've got a few more things on order and a few things that I'd like to pick up. So we'll have another mail day soon, and I will see you then. Have a great day. As always, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Thanks. Bye.